Good afternoon. This is Julie, Jayota Trading Strategies. It's Thursday, March 22nd. Congratulations to my nephew with his new son born today. Congratulations. Baby, mother, father, all doing fine. Woohoo. Um, Today we had a big sell off in the market. I think it was like this perfect storm brewing. We have the concerns with the China trade. Um, Fiasco, whether they're going to, hike up the tariffs or what's going to happen with all that. Are they going to dump our treasuries? Probably not. It's probably just going to get everybody to the negotiating table. Um, and then you had the president's attorney resigning. That sent the market down as soon as that, crossed the transom, the news. The market just really took off. We had been hanging out on all these closes pretty much for a lot of the morning and early afternoon, just going up and down over those closes. And then it just took off to the downside. We'll take a look at my other chart, and I think you can see it better. There's that line, and that line was just sitting on that VWAP for a while. And then price would just roll up and down over that line and all those closes. And then finally it took off. But I really think this is the Facebook issue. Where the you know the public is the investors are really realizing that if you're not paying for a product, you are the product, and that they're just buying and selling your data to everyone. So is it really worth seeing what your friend had for lunch, or chit chatting about those stupid posters? What am I going to do? And laugh about this when they're just selling our data over and over and over to everyone who wants to advertise to us or sell, political campaigns or whatever. So I think that that had a lot to do the tech with the tech sell-off. As far as the Dow selling off, I think they just got caught up with this. They wanted to sell off, and the Dow looks very similar to this. Put this over on the YM so you can see it. And we haven't quite gotten into the bounce. Well, we are in the bounce box, and that they call it a bounce box for a reason. It gets in here and then it bounces out. This was real flat, and it looks very similar to the NASDAQ. And we haven't broken through our 200 EMA. So we're really far from really being a bearish chart. This is still bullish. It's just coming into our bounce box. And the NASDAQ, like I said, looks very similar, except for it has not gotten to its bounce box way down here. So that's why I think tomorrow, Fridays, usually are not a big range day. Traders have made all their money for the week, so they're usually out of there by 10 a.m., if not 9:30. So I'd be very surprised to see a big trend day or a big sell-off day at the end, unless, everybody starts phoning up their brokers, closing out their 401ks and everything, which could happen. I mean, we might see a lot of market activity at the close again, but not like we did today. I have cleaned up the high-low 2 chart. I was even confusing myself yesterday with the labeling that I had used. So I cleaned it up. I labeled it. So if you want all just triggers, which are the EMAs, this will get you just the EMA touches. If you want all fibs, um, this will be just the fib touches. And then I've given you fibs with just the fib threshold um, down here. So if you just want the fibs when they touch the fib threshold so that you know that it's more likely to stay in that direction, um, that's an option. And then again, I have one for you right here, everything all triggers and fibs, all TNF, and then all TNF with that fib threshold solver. So right there, all TNF with threshold solver, and I think this will help um, tremendously. And I even put one on here that has forces this to go in line with a 50 tick bar. So this one is pretty exciting too, because like you could use this with a 20 tick bar, for instance, and not just be outside the channel, but realize that you're going to be requiring a 50 tick bar to be closed, so you could take these 20 tick bars inside of it. So let me put this on a 20 tick bar and I will show you what I mean. This is a 21 tick bar. So it's 1 and 20 is 21. And if you don't have the 98 offset for your Unirico, don't worry about that. You can use a 1. Of course, you would need to get my template package to see what I'm doing with all of these filters using BloodHound. Give this a second to populate. And there we go. And that way, um, it's hopefully going to be more conducive to taking a trade in the direction that the market was going, but using that smaller bar size. So if the larger bar sizes scare you, here's a way to come in and get some triggers on that smaller bar size so that you can take some quick profits. Um, take a profit here. Here's 67.09. Trade it back up to your making a new dot, and then maybe get out once it crosses this level, so you don't go all the way back down. Book your profits or something. Hold on. So many ways to do this. I personally like the larger bar size, so I will use a 59 on the NASDAQ, 49 on crude. But I think that this particular template would be helpful in certain situations, so that's why I added it to the template. But other than that, and I put the fib trend course on the template itself instead of having a separate template requiring it. So everything's now in version 8, quite compact, and get you in the direction of the trade and back in once it moves back in that direction. So very good. And I always prefer to have the high-low 1 beside it so that I can see when these bars turn over and note that I'm taking trades in the direction of the bar. Um, so very good. I hope y'all have a great day, and we will see you back in the trade room tomorrow. Kind of expecting an inside day tomorrow, but you never know what we'll get. We might have another blowout day. So thank you so much. We'll talk at you soon.